Welcome back to the third and final segment of the Tax Time show. In this episode, viewers, we're getting all the latest information from Mr. AJ Kumar, and we're passing on to you so that way you come to know what we have is in reference to President Trump's executive orders, which was just signed a couple of days ago. As you are watching the show, our original date is Tuesday, 8:30 p.m., and the reruns are in several time slots. But keep it in the mind as we are filming this episode to give you all the latest that we need to know, and that's what Mr. AJ Kumar is sharing it with us. By the time you watch the reruns of the show later in the week, things may change a little bit here and there. And then if that happens, then in the next episode, we'll have a complete update for you. But remember, meantime, any question you have, no question is a silly question and no question is a small question, do reach out to us. Text time at tvasiausa.com. All right, 4 pages executive orders. As we continue, there's something about landlord and tenant eviction notice and federally funded building properties. What is that all about?
Absolutely, Sanjeevji. So as a part of the third executive order, President Trump signed a law that tenants cannot be evicted from the buildings their loans are federally backed. So out of the total tenant population, almost 1/3 of the tenants lives in the building where the loans are backed by the federal government, where the loans are given by the federal government. And there are several federal government programs. These loans are typically cheaper than the market loans. And the intent behind these loans is that these buildings provide housing to small income tenants. So in those type of buildings, if the tenant is not able to pay the rent, you do not have the right to evict them. And this is only applicable to federally backed loan buildings. Say, for example, if you have a private home and you're renting your home, your loan is backed by a bank, a typical private bank, you still have the right to evict the tenant if you choose to do so. The third executive order is not for all tenants. The confusion is that do I have a tenant and can I evict my tenant? So if the loan is not backed by the federal government, you still have the right to evict the tenant.
Okay, that is the one part where I think the confusion is, and that's you're helping to clear that.
Absolutely.
So only when you say federally funded building, meaning the loan is given by federally authorized lenders, mortgage lenders?
Yes, and it's one step further. Even if the loan is given by a private party, the federal government guarantees those loans on behalf of the landlord.
Right.
So if that's the situation, then the landlord does not have the right to evict the tenant.
Okay, but is there a time frame included for 3 months or 6 months?
It's till the end of this year.
End of this year.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Great
everything
question.
right now, whatever we're discussing, it's between now and December 31st.
Well, except the payroll taxes, which is September 1st, which is now which is not retroactive.
Okay.
Say the unemployment benefit that we talked about,
That's retroactive.
it was from August 1st, retroactive to August 1st.
Correct.
The payroll tax that we are talking about is September 1st to December 31st.
Okay, very good. Thank you so very much. Student loan interest is also part of the executive order.
Absolutely. That's the last executive order, the fourth executive order. And the good thing that none of the student loan or the interest, both loan and the interest, doesn't have to be paid till the end of this year. The best part, the interest is not going to be accrued. So typically what happens in a lot of these rules, say for example, when the SBA stopped collecting the money, the loan, the interest was still accrued, meaning you're not paying it now, but eventually you will have to pay it. In this case, a student loan, the student interest, the interest is not going to be accrued. They're not forgiving the loan. Loan still has to be paid back when after December 31st, once the payment starts. But this interest is not going to be accrued for these 4 months.
Okay, which is a good sign.
It's amazing. It's
But
a great thing.
this is the 4 months. Oh, do you recall what was the situation before this time? Meaning, as part of the first stimulus package, was student loan and interest, was that a part of it? Did they give them a break?
Absolutely. So under the CARES Act, SBA, the government stopped taking, I believe it's April 10th. From April 10th onwards, SBA was not taking any payment from the small businesses.
Good point.
And the student loans were not paid. And all the ACH, all the direct withdrawal were stopped automatically. Now they are just extending that benefit from August 1st till the end of this year.
Very good. Thank you so much for that information. I'm sure viewers will find it interesting. Last question I have as we are slowly approaching to the time limit. In these 4 pages executive orders, there is nothing about small business funding or helping out small businesses like it was in the CARES Act.
Well, you're right. A lot of people were waiting for a second layer of PPP funding, payroll protection program, since it's been 5 months, 6 months now, and we are still under this pandemic situation. A lot of people were waiting for EIDL, another layer of loan. And a lot of those details were included in the HEROES Act and the HEALS Act. But that deal did not go through yet. So right now, we don't have the complete benefit package.
Do you anticipate to have that happen?
I'm sure it's a matter of time. Sooner or later, those details will come out. Just because a lot of those details are in both packages. Even though these packages differs in many aspects, but there are certain details. Say, for example, the stimulus payment for $1,200. Both packages, the HEROES Act and the HEALS Act, both packages had that payment. So I believe a part or some of this package will be released sooner or later.
Let's be optimistic about that. You know, CARES Act, HEROES Act, and here comes HEALS Act.
Absolutely.
In this HEALS Act, President Donald Trump doesn't seem to be like a hero in it, and obviously it has no information which can heal the pain that we all are going through this pandemic. So somewhere something is not making sense, but we are hoping that Congress and of course Donald Trump's administration team members will come to some kind of agreement, and hopefully there will be some better packages and some better deals for all of us during this pandemic. Ajay ji, thank you so very much for all your continuous updates here. And viewers, as I mentioned, that should there be a need in the next episode, we'll have a more and the latest update for you, as we always do in this Tax Time show. I am Sanjeev Pandya. Until we meet again, please do take care of yourself and have a tax-free and happy days ahead. So long.